Guys, I got a couple of Stuttering John clips. Are you ready for some Stuttering John? Let the Dabbler community know that Steel Toe is doing their first Stuttering John clip of the week. And the Stuttering John clip that we have today, we have two of them. One makes me a little nervous that the self-awareness is starting to creep into John's head, that he sees what we're doing. And by we, I mean all of us.
Yes, collectively.
And collectively. And that he's starting to mitigate his behavior and change his behavior so that he doesn't get caught up in these things. Guys, if that happens, it's over. I mean, you're not going to see Shuley keep doing his John show if there's no money and no views in it. You're not going to see a lot of these guys. You think Cardiff Electric wants to sit there with a fucking puppet and make John videos for 50 people if this whole economy blows up? No. You're going to be stuck with Carl, Anthony, and me. Those will be the only people still making fun of Stuttering John. Because me, I do it because it's fun.
Yeah, we had to give this warning on DSP once, too. Because he was starting to become self-aware. You can't have that.
But I will say this. The Dabblers are way less cunts than the DSP community. The DSP community has decided that they're out for blood. They want to get rid of the guy. I think that's boring and lame and no fun. Mm-hmm. The Dabbler community goes, no, we keep John here. We keep John going. We don't want John going away, which is nice. It's nice to have that understanding. But John did a couple things yesterday where if it stays at this level, it's adorable because it's John not wanting people to see his oopsies. But if he keeps trending this way, we could all be in big trouble.
Uh-oh.
John took some super chats, and he was a little embarrassed at some of the things that the super chats said. Now, the first clip that we have, and we're going in order from least embarrassing to most embarrassing.
Okay, that's good.
The first clip we have today is John just blatantly lying to his audience about what's going on with his YouTube channel. So it's what John is doing with his YouTube channel is he's doing his live streams to make his money, his super chats, his memberships, his things like that.
Of course.
So he'll do his live streams and then he'll delete the video so nobody can go back, watch it, and clip it. Because John, I'm guessing, doesn't get enough views to make a lot of ad revenue or anything like that. So he just does his super chats. So he does his live streaming and then deletes it right after. Well, somebody decided to confront him on this with a super chat. And here's John. You tell me if you buy this for 1 second.
John, can you please leave episode up so I can watch after work? It's too hard to watch live because of work and I missed Tuesday's show because it was gone.
That was a Brendan Schaub read. Right there.
Can you slow down just a little bit?
Not only that, I guarantee this Baby Yoda person is a Dabbler and totally not a John fan. They just want the episode up so they can clip it.
Of course, yeah.
Which, thank you for that.
It's too hard to watch live because of work and I missed Tuesday's show because it was gone. Something's going on with my YouTube. I don't know.
Something's going on with your YouTube?
That's the best he could do. Something's going on with my YouTube.
The videos don't just get taken down.
You know those people who are like, they can't win a game or something, and they'll go, this fucking thing's broken.
It's glitchy.
Yeah, it's cheating. The game is cheating. It's glitching. It's like, no, it's not. It's like everyone else is doing just fine. You're the only one having this problem. Now, like 2-3 weeks ago, when nobody could get their videos monetized for like 36 hours on YouTube, okay, that was a worldwide YouTube problem.
Not good.
When you're the only person whose live streams are not staying up,
it's a you problem.
I'm sorry, John. Yeah, that's between this show and your next show, John. Learn the difference between we have a problem and you have a problem. By the way, John has also been suspending his beer on the balcony shows this week.
Oh, did we go too hard on those?
No, that's the one that the people pay for. Oh. You know, and it's on his Patreon, my Patreon, where he has some political guest on, and they talk about how Republicans are all retarded and Democrats are all fun and all that shit.
No, he told us all that was supposed to be the non-political show. He said that once. We
really
listened to it on an evening show because he was wearing a Biden shirt and he was drinking his Coors and he's like, it's the chill show, the non-political show.
He was drinking a what?
COOAHS.
A COOAHS. Yeah. So he goes on. This is a YouTube problem, apparently. Let's hear out old stuttering dickface.
Something's going on with my YouTube. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know about you, but I have so many problems when it comes to YouTube. It's just I gotta figure out a different way.
Oh, look, and then a nervous sip right afterwards. So John claims that all of his videos being deleted after he streams are simply because there's some kind of obscure YouTube problem.
There's a YouTube ghost taking down his episodes.
The YouTube goblin keeps gobbling up my episodes.
The boogeyman.
I will say this as a fellow YouTuber, and I was texting with Carl yesterday, and we can both confirm. He's my buddy. We can both confirm that our videos are not being taken down.
Nope, they're fine.
We stream multiple times a day sometimes. Not taken down. None of them. Zero. None. Nada. Zip. John, apparently having a YouTube problem. Maybe YouTube is against Democrats.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm sure that's the answer.
But that was the first clip. That was always going to be just the short, little, quick Stuttering John coverage. Here is another item of self-unawareness that turns into self-awareness, and it bummed me out. Remember that clip we played of John where he had his Manscaped shirt on backwards?
Oh, yeah. He had to switch it.
He took the shirt off live on the air and changed his shirt, and we saw all those weird yellow bruises that he has, and all of those awful, like, marks and lesions and bruises. He kind of looked like Tom Hanks when he took his shirt off in Philadelphia. Like, it was just kind of like, oh, John, like, in a weird way, tell me those are liver spots and I'll feel better. But John apparently walks into a lot of shit. He falls when he's drunk, whatever the case is.
You don't just get chest bruises, though.
And he gets these weird old man chest bruises. Well, I don't know if this got out to John and he didn't want to humiliate himself, or if John, because he's shown in the past he has no problem taking his shirt off on stream and changing it.
It's almost like he's bragging.
Right. He's okay with that. But now for some reason he won't. He'll cut the camera and won't even mention it. Before I get too ahead of myself, because I love these clips so much, let's watch the Stuttering John. April, do you notice anything about Stuttering John in this clip?
Well, seeing as we're talking about shirts, I do feel that I see some seams and inside-out buttons on his shirt. I'm guessing his shirt's inside out.
Stuttering John's shirt is inside out.
Yeah.
As he does his show yesterday.
How do you put a polo on inside out? I can understand a t-shirt maybe. Not a polo.
Well, he has been on like 4 or 5 dates recently, so there is a chance that maybe he's got a gal doing his laundry and she pulls his shirts inside out for him so they don't fray. And then he just puts them on.
Or even more juicy, maybe that's his shirt from last night and he woke up late after some activities and had to just throw it on.
John had to throw on a shirt after fucking some old bar wench that he's been dating for
Corky's 10.
Dude, imagine the girl that Stuttering John Melendez is fucking at 57.
What if he pulled something really hot, actually? Would we have to apologize?
I'd hang myself in the bathroom.
Why? What do you have?
I can't live in a world where Stuttering John pulls pussy. I just can't. There's no God. Why stay? What are we building? What are we working for?
You don't believe in God anyways. It's okay.
But it would be confirmed. At least now I have a little bit of doubt. You know, this would bury it for me.
What do you think is more off-putting? The fact that Tony
Whatever
Michaels
you're about to say, I'm going to
kids?
say John.
No. I think the fact Tony Michaels has kids is a little more concerning than this
That's
one.
troubling. That's troubling. Hopefully they grow up and hate him.
So far, they're in the super dad videos.
Yeah. Hopefully they're like my dad, and by the time the kid is grown up, they just think the kid's a dipshit. That would be nice. Let's go to Stuttering John. Old Johnny, but I love it when an old drunkard looks like a little boy who can't dress himself. It's always cute to me. Like, John has never been more frumpy and cute than he is in this moment right here.
He does look pouty.
He looks like a toad.
A toad?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's drinking lemon water. You think somebody's a little, that looks like hungover hair. Definitely looks like hungover shirt.
Yeah, he pulled that off the floor.
And we're pounding lemon water.
Today we have Brian Karam, who I hope is deep into the sauce.
He's trying to.
Buddy, no. Don't try.
John, no, let me help you with a boy. Oh, no, John.
Oh, but
let me get your buttons for you, John.
You don't want to touch him, though.
Oh, no, big boy put his shirt on inside out. John.
Oh, God. This is so hard to watch because he's twice our age at least.
I know. John, you know what's funny about now? What's worse, putting the shirt on backwards or putting it on inside out? Is John
Inside
getting
out.
better? Is John getting better? Or is he regressing?
No, he's regressing.
Oh man,
I can understand. You could put that T-shirt on backwards today,
Right.
and
Yes.
I would understand it because it's not that weird. But you have seams sticking out, man.
you know right away when your shirt's on backwards because it's choking you a little bit.
Right.
I have Brian Karam, who I hope is deep into the sauce. He's always a hell of a lot of fun. And then
he ignores it and moves on with his show.
You cannot. You have to fix this.
I'm not going to let the trolls know that I put my shirt on inside out.
It's so ugly, though. Look at the seam. It's curling over on his, chest area.
Does he have a thumb scab?
Oh, God.
John, what'd you do? I have a feeling that we're looking at a man who drunk falls a lot.
No, I'll tell you something. Those chest bruises are suspect. Because, nobody hits themselves here.
That's a falling on the ground thing, though.
That's going to be your hands and face first, I feel. I don't know.
No, I'm saying this, the thumb scab.
I'm wondering if somebody hits him.
Oh, you think he's being harmed? Should we
The
call
chest
protective
things,
services
yes.
for John?
If he's got chest bruises, that's a hitter.
So there's John with his shirt on inside out. How is he going to address this? How is John going to make this right on his show? By the way, those are not in the bottom right corner here of his view counter. Those ain't even Steel Toe evening show numbers
Not anymore.
that he's putting up. Oh boy.
So he should chuckle and be like, "Oh, look at silly me! I put my shirt on inside out, right?"
Would that be good? You think he should go, "Oh, well, look, I put my shirt on inside. The outside is facing in." You think he should do that?
He should do that.
What do you think he's going to do?
I think he's either not going to mention it at all and try to pretend it didn't happen, or he's going to cut the camera and come back.
Okay.
Jules David.
First of all, Mike David's wife, somebody using that as a name and tipping him through the David family is very funny.
They were in our chat the other day, too.
Who?
Jules David.
Oh, Jules David was there?
Yeah.
Another. We got a Jules David, too. Did they throw us a couple of bucks?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, thanks, Jules David.
Jules David. Yeah, I know. That's the new look.
Wow, so now you know what's happening. Look at the look on his face. He's reading his chat. So he was going to leave the shirt inside out after he tried to button it and he couldn't because of, the inside out thing.
So people are on to you now.
People are onto it and he's reading his chat and he's like, "Oh, the trolls." John is in his own head so bad right now at this point with all this stuttering John economy that's out there. He doesn't know how to handle it yet. He's like Zumach and Michaels where they go, "Oh, if I mention the person's name, does that show that I watch them? But then I also have to talk about them. So I have to, oh God," they work themselves into this lather.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. So John's now reading his chat. He's seeing the people call him out for having an inside out shirt. And he's like, "Oh, fuck, I don't want to look like an idiot with an inside out shirt. But I also don't want the trolls to know that I'm a dickhead who can't dress myself and then change. And then my gut is out for everyone to see and they'll make fun of me more." Right now he is having one of those episode of Dexter nearly getting caught moments.
Yeah.
Where he's like, how do I fucking Deus Ex Machina myself out of this whole inside out shirt thing?
Where's Penn and Teller to make this magically disappear?
They can make a cow disappear. They can make something slightly smaller disappear.
Looks like he has a herp on his thumb.
He has thumb herp. Let's go ahead and see how Stuttering John helps himself and see how we get to the conclusion of the inside out shirt fiasco.
Show today. Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
Ew.
What's going on?
I want to tell you what that was real quick, but here, we'll play the whole clip, and then I want to tell you what you see where Brian came off the camera for a second?
Yeah, I did.
That was not it was an accident that Brian went off the camera, but it was not an accident that he was fucking around.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. How you doing? You there?
Oh, you left Brian hanging.
I lost you.
What do
Poor
you
Brian.
What do you think's happening right now?
Well, he's obviously switching his shirt.
But
right?
we saw when he put the Manscaped shirt on backwards, he just took it off, showed us all his bruises and tits, and put his shirt back on.
I'm starting to feel like I personally caused this one now because I wasn't too complimentary.
I know, you were really mean to Stuttering John about his bruises and his body.
I could really go without seeing that ever again. I believe those are my words.
Look, I know that the Dabblers would crucify us if we took credit for this, but I think the question at least needs to be asked. This happened a day or two after we played the Manscaped clip where he took the shirt off, turned it around, and put it on the right way.
I was appalled.
And then John had an inside-out shirt, so we had no problem with taking off the shirt on camera. But then you, the pretty blonde girl, made fun of him with the shirt off, and now this time, yesterday, he's removing the shirt off camera, turning it around, and not even acknowledging that he knew his shirt was on inside out.
Have I caused John some insecurity?
I'm wondering if you might have bullied John into insecurity.
I'm so sorry.
And by the way, if a hangover had a face and hair.
I know, it really does. His hair looks like, for me, I know, like, especially with blonde hair, it looks bad. Like, if you went out drinking the day before and you didn't shower the next day,
you can see.
My hair's flat. You can just tell it sits different.
That is hangover facial
hair.
hair.
That is hangover hair.
That's hangover facial hair. That's hangover wrinkle face.
It's extra slicked back.
It's extra slicked back. It's standing up in spots because he can't counteract the grease.
That's his pillow spot, probably.
Yeah, that's the pillow spot. That's how little Johnny sweeps on his pillow.
Aww.
So John is remarkably hungover, in my opinion, here. He's not feeling good. The trolls are busting his balls about the inside-out shirt. And fucking April the bully just made fun of his titty bruises, so now John doesn't feel comfortable doing his wardrobe changes on camera anymore. So Dabblers, you may disagree with me, but I feel comfortable in laying the blame at April's feet for the reason why John doesn't take his shirt off on camera anymore. Okay. So if you're upset that John isn't stripping on camera, blame her.
You should all be thanking me.
If you're happy that Stuttering John is not taking his shirt off on camera, thank her.
Is anyone else going to say that he was like a specimen or specimen?
Specimen.
Excuse me. He's a specimen. Like his pecs were like weird and tiny.
He's a good-looking guy.
Kind of looked a little schmeagly.
Oh,
when he took the shirt off. A little schmeagly.
And COOAHS is his precious.
My precious.
How you doing?
So now he turns off the camera. Yeah. And this dumb Irish dickhead is stuck there wearing a gay-ass hat and staring into the abyss.
Why is he doing this?
He leaves his dipshit buddy there with his fucking 6 months before St. Patrick's Day hat.
But look, Brian can put his polo on, correct?
Brian dresses himself like a big boy. Is that a Pickle Rick in the background?
It might be a Pickle Rick.
I believe it is.
You there?
John.
I lost you.
Uh-oh.
Poor Brian.
Poor Brian is just sitting there staring.
John's all he had in this world.
This show is a fucking fever dream, man. I love it. This is like a TV show. This is like a sitcom about a shitty podcast.
I know. It is weird.
You're just sitting there, the guy's watching. If this is a sitcom, there's a laugh track right now doing the tittery laughs, the nervous laughter.
Yes.
Still gone.
Oh, there we go.
He did. Buddy, next time, just bear it all. Do it live.
I love how John acts like he just did a fucking magic trick.
He didn't even put his collar down right. Look at that collar.
Now, I want a Zapruder film this thing.
Oh.
What? Remember I said, remember that cut he made at the beginning of the video?
Yeah.
Let's go back to it and realize what this was.
Show today. Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
He was trying to move himself off the screen because he was going to do the remove the shirt, flip it around thing, and he accidentally cut off Brian.
Yep.
Now, do we want to do timestamps as to how long him leaving the picture was?
I think we should. We should see how long it took him.
Let's see. So John, and what a dickhead thing to do to your guest. Like, he could have texted him during the show and said, hey, when you come on, don't say anything. But I look like a fucking drunken idiot right now because I'm wearing an inside-out polo. I got to change it when you come on. Just don't say anything. I don't want the trolls to know. John is at this...
Or you could have just laughed.
John is at this weird point in his career where he is a complete buffoon. He behaves like a complete buffoon, but he has too much pride and dignity to mock himself. And that is a troubling place to be.
Your name alone on screen is a mockery of you.
Right.
Stuttering John.
So if you're John, you could own this. You could be a clown about it. You could go, oh, my shirt's inside out. Oh, sorry, I drank a bunch yesterday and I was puking on myself and I was, drinking a lot of COOAHS and I had to borrow a few seltzers from my neighbor because I'm bumming seltzers now. Like, you don't, John, quit trying to hang on to dignity. None of us think you have it. You were a phone screener who was used as a conduit for Gary, Jackie, and Howard's humor. You were never, this idea that this guy has, that he was at one point a respected member of a comedic performance community, is just as funny as him wearing his shirt inside out.
It's shocking, really.
Because he refuses. He is hanging on. Jay Leno's going to call any minute. I'm going to be on, what is it? Not Believe It or Not. What's his show?
You Bet Your Life or something
I'm going to be on You Bet Your Life. I'm going to be the Vanna. So he will not abandon his dignity and just lean the fuck in, but he also does not have the ability, the talent, the skill level, the charisma to do a good show.
No.
Let's count.
What's going on, bro?
Ready?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Okay, 17 seconds.
You there?
Asks his guest what's going on, and then abandons him.
I also hit stopwatch on my phone.
Abandons him to go stripping.
It's taken a while.
Oh, no.
We can't even tell our friend that we just need to change our shirt quick.
We're over 20 seconds now.
We're at about 25 seconds.
Boom.
25 and a half seconds.
25 and a half seconds. John left his guest hanging.
Just dead air.
And then shows up with, yeah, he may have turned it right side out now, but his fucking collar's all dicked. His shirt's all frumped up and his buttons are way off.
He looks like he just got in a fight.
John looks like a hangover.
And we forget, too, like he not only left his friend Brian hanging for almost nearing 30 seconds, he left 206 people, like viewers.
Right. You left 50 fans
in
and
the lurch.
You left 50 fans and 156 trolls in the lurch that wanted to watch you today.
Yep.
There we go. Hey, how you doing, Brian?
Yeah, I lost you there, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Something, I don't know. This shit always goes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, take your little hangover medicine sippy lemon water,
Take your
John.
awkward sip.
You always know John got fucked up the night before if he's drinking water.
That, and you always know he's fucking lying about something if he takes the awkward sip immediately following.
He does, man. He has a terrible tell with the YouTube thing. You're right. He took the sip after.
You know, some people like look up and like away or something, or they look down. He just takes a drink.
I don't know what happened. It's, I turned off, my camera had a malfunction, and then magically I had taken, while I was waiting for the malfunction to fix itself, I took off my shirt and turned it around, and now it's right side out, and I don't know what happened.
I'm guessing he would just say, oh, he must have lost connection, much like his YouTube videos just magically get taken down.
And again, this is the problem with John. He sucks, he's awful, but at the same time, like if he would just own this, it would be totally fine.
It would be funny, actually.
You could make fun of yourself, but instead, it's now going to make the trolling worse. When you lie about what you clearly just did just because you want to have pride and dignity. The internet is currently trying to beat the pride and dignity out of John. And the more you struggle, the longer it's going to be beaten out of you.
Yeah.
Just surrender it, John. Because you're in the jaws of a python. You're being squeezed by a python. It's over. There's no getting out of it. The internet has decided it's your day for destruction. And when the internet decides that, you have two choices. Fight to the death, which you're going to lose, or embrace it, lean in, and they'll go away. Or some of them might even start liking you.
Stop struggling.
It's too late for him. But, like, dude.
We've said this to so many people, though, and we covered it yesterday about Chad Zumach, too. It's like, if you would just quit fighting the thing you are, you could maybe turn this around.
You could learn to have some fun with it. Thank you to Dylan for renewing his membership for a 5th month. Celtic Pride becoming a member for His 6 month says happy birthday to Wall Mounter. Oh, well, happy birthday, Wall Mounter.
Thank you and happy birthday.
By the way, guys, you are only $85 away from our goal today. Like Rich from Review Tech takes his shirt off on his stream all the time. Why? Because he's embraced that some people find him to be a goof.
It's fine. And also, like, for how stupid it is to not realize before you get on stream you have your shirt inside out. Everyone's put their shirt on inside out before.
Right.
You could just laugh about it. Oh, look, silly fucking me again. Let's fix my shirt quick.
And then to go, I don't know what happened there. It was like he thinks he's hiding it from the people who would troll him and make fun of him.
No, they've already called it out.
Right, but you've made it much worse now, John.